Running around the boundary. They're all very, very happy at this. Here we go again. Devon Malcolm. He's pulled it away magnificently. A great shot into the fence down at square leg. He's made his maiden century. What a knock it's been. This is a great moment in the life of Carlisle Best. Bayesians are charging onto the ground. He's being lifted up in the air. They're all over a pitch, just short of a length there.
Well, immediately after that, they came off for bad light. Well, after that naught by Haynes, there were some good partnerships. The second wicket one of 63, Greenwich and Richardson. The fourth between Best and Richards of 119. But Richards started with a flurry of shots, but very serious, I thought, 17, 110 balls. But the star performance, Carlisle Best, his highest test score, a century, coming with 12 fours of 160 balls. As for the bowling, well, not impressive, I'm afraid. Devon Markham, a loss of rhythm, very expensive. Steadier, Gladstone Small, 2 wickets for him. And De Freitas, some good spells, but plagued by 13 no balls. Capel got Richards and Logie, but at a cost. Well, there are still lots of runs out there in that pitch. Well, there are still lots of runs out there in that pitch, but eventually, I'm told, the ball will keep low and perhaps shoot a bit. So, England batting last will need a first innings lead. We'll have a better idea if that will happen by this time tomorrow. Until then, from Bridgetown, Barbados, good night. On day one of the fourth Cable and Wireless Test, we saw the best of West Indies batting for the first time this series. Carlisle Best hitting his maiden Test century in front of his ecstatic home crowd. It's a crucial morning for England because they have a brand new ball out there. That's very important, but they will need more discipline from Devon Markham, who was wild and expensive on the first day, and also from Philip De Freitas, who bowled 13 no balls. What West Indies see out there is still a perfect pitch, full of runs, and they have Carlisle Best, the local hero, in prime form. If West Indies bat for 2 more sessions, they could control this Test match. We pick it up with the West Indies having added 2 to their overnight score of 311 for 5. Gladstone Small to Geoffrey Dujon. That's a lovely stroke, and the mere follow-through is going to take that away for 4 runs. Such an elegant movement, coordination of legs and bat.
My goodness, this was beautifully stroked. Foot to the ball, bat going full through the line of the ball. Watch the bat go right through the line of the ball, perfectly straight.
That's to the offside, but only just. That was absolutely savage.
Well, he's just decided to whack that. It's short, and he's going to get some bat on it with a real short-hand jab. He gets that right hand into all his shots, look. He loves to whack it. He pulls, he cuts, he hooks. All right-hand shots. Onside, his right-hand shots, and that's what he does all the time.
And that's out of control in the air. Can Russell get there? No, he can't. And a leg by is signalled for that. It appeared to come off a glove, but leg by signalled.
Well, I don't think wicketkeeper Russell thought it was a leg by. Certainly he thought it was catchable, and he's running like mad there to try and catch it, but he didn't catch it, so there's no decision for the umpire to make. I mean, whether you give the batsman a single or a leg by really doesn't matter to the total, but it certainly would matter if Russell had caught it.
And he's got him, caught down the leg side. Is he out? No, he's not. Well, that sounded very woody to me. It was certainly taken, and the fielders went in the air, but perhaps it came off the pads.
Well, Carlisle Best was surely quick enough to point to his pad. Let's see. Yes, that looks a bit like pad to me. It's very difficult to see from here, but this shot should give us a better idea. Very difficult to see.
And that's a fine hit by Best. Punched it through mid-on. He really is travelling now, Carl Best. He's moved on to 140.
That's in the air, but there's a big gap there.
Oh, and that one really does take off. Now, this is really worrying from England's point of view. Every now and again, Capel has had the ball dancing around all over the place.
Well, it's extraordinary how this is bounced like a ping pong ball. You don't want too many of them from a fast bowler that's straight. It's all right when you're Carlisle based and have got 120 on the board. You don't mind about the odd ball. If you're Larkins stood at slip and you see one of those and you know you've got to bat with naught on the board, you think, don't like them too much.
In the air, just wide of his fingers. And I would suggest that that delivery just stirred him up a little bit. He's coming back for another one, and 3 all run completed by Best. Not a very good shot, that one. It was uppishly hit just past the bowler. Perhaps a slight loss in concentration.
Yes, I think the ball before, as we say in cricket parlance, it's usually the ball before that gets people out. It's not the actual ball. There's nothing wrong with that delivery. Straightforward, half volley, but he's tried to whip it through the onside again, and it's run off the face, chipped in the air, and very luckily just wide of Capel. Probably only one of the few mistakes he's made in his innings.
Oh, it's a magnificent straight drive. That is the Dujon that we've come to know over the years. A magnificent timer of the ball. And here is a lovely off drive for you.
Well, this is as elegant and beautifully played as any batsman on either side. This is why I said Dujon is probably the best player in Jamaica. Although he's a wicket keeper, he's a magnificent batsman of seam bowling. Seam or quick bowling, he stands up, erect, confident, and lets the bat flow beautifully.
Brought out the old conch shell. There's your favourite man, Fari. He's a little further away from you today. Oh, what a good shot. Into the gap and extra cover. And 2 runs there, bringing up the 150 for Carlisle Best. That smile says it all. So batsman number 4, 151 not out. 17 fours, 230 balls, and he's been there for 397 minutes.
He's worked hard at it all the time. He's not played too many poor shots. Fully deserved.
Oh, and again a beautiful drive through extra cover. Into the fence it goes, and that's lovely timing. It's also a lovely bat he's got out there. It sounded absolutely magnificent as the ball hit the middle of that piece of willow and went flying into the gap.
Well, this shot was elegantly timed, reminiscent of David Gower at his best. Couldn't play a shot better than that.
They bowled him! The middle stump is out of the ground. He got a little inside edge on that one, and David Capel really has deserved that. He's bowled some very good deliveries. He's made the ball talk a little bit out there. He's bent his back, and now he's been rewarded. So the partnership has been broken. This is how it happened. Outside off stump, it nipped back a little bit, inside edge, onto the middle stump, and that's the end of Jeff Dujon. David Capel, the bowler, Dujon out, and the score is now 395 for 6.
Yeah, it's a well-deserved wicket for David Capel. The ball, maybe not quite there to cut. He stuck at his task, Capel, and made the batsman get an inside edge from a ball that probably didn't bounce quite as high as he expected. but well deserved. He really has stuck at his task this series.
Yes, I think that tells the story. The middle stump has gone out of the ground. Oh, and that's a lovely shot too, in the gap and off the mark as the ball goes running into the extra cover fence. Oh, that's not a bad shot from Marshall on the up off the back foot.
Well, there's not many better shots than that.
In the air, he's got him. Lamb has got him at second slip. And that is just within 2 minutes of the lunch break, so they will all go into lunch. A good wicket, that one. The whitish half volley, not a bad delivery to bowl to a tail-ender. They tend to go after them, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, it's a tempting delivery, this, down the corridor, outside off stump, tempting him into the drive, and a nice, comfortable, easy height catch for Lamb. These are the ones, they tempt the lower order batsmen, just tempt them to play their shots. Good bowling from Gladstone Small.
And that's the shot on the onside. We've seen so many today. It's quite elegant, but it's really punishing. And still 3 fielders on the onside.
Yes, we've been talking here in the commentary box. You can't allow Gladstone Small to bowl to this field with so little protection on the onside. It's not that they're bad balls, but anything of length, not just line, that this Carlisle best can whip away through the onside, he's going to do that. And if you've only got 2 men, in fact 1 man in front of square leg on the onside, you're in trouble.
He's gone. Carlisle best, Glory be, has made a mistake. 164 runs he's scored, a superb test match innings, his maiden test century, and this is how he went. Gladstone Small bowling, forced to play to the offside, the faintest little lick to Jack Russell, and for Carlisle best it's all over. It's 411 for 8.
Well, good length ball from Gladstone Small, down that channel of the offside, making this time best hit to the offside, and he's furious with himself. He usually works them, or tries to work them through the onside. This time he's tried to whack it through mid-off, and he's got caught.
Could have gone anywhere, went through mid-wicket. And a giant of a man like that, swinging a railway sleeper, means the ball goes for 4 wherever it hit.
This is frustrating for a bowler. Tail-ended batsman come in, throw the bat at the ball. Nice clean hit, goes for 4. It's really annoying. Nothing wrong with the ball there that Gladstone Small bowled.
Well, that's a beautiful shot. Magnificently struck through extra cover. Ian Bishop playing the shot there that most batsmen would be pretty happy with.
Well, Ian Bishop was an opening batsman as a schoolboy, and that shot shows it. Left foot forward, not exactly to the pitch of the ball, but flowing further through. Beautiful shot through the covers.
A quick single, and that's out. He's got him run out. I can't understand why he didn't go for it. He really didn't seem to me to be trying to get back in there. He seemed to take the approach that if the ball hit the stumps, it was going to be out. What magnificent fielding that was by Nasser Hussain. Have another look at this.
This seemed at one stage to be a reasonable single, but a beautiful throw. Here it comes, bang on, a long way out.
So that's the end of another wicket, 431 for 9.
Let's just see if we can see the effort from Ian Bishop here. Almost non-existent, really. I think he was quite convinced that once the ball was going to hit the stumps, he would have been out.
in the air over the top of Hussain, and that will go down to the fence for 4. Well, he got it away. He's got a pretty heavy bat out there, I should think. He didn't middle this at all. It hit the edge.
That certainly wasn't Miggle at all. Again, feet nowhere near the line of the ball, nowhere near the pitch, but enough power in the stroke to clear the head of Nasser Hussain at backward point. There it goes, way over the head of Hussain. A productive shot. 4 more runs to the West Indies and to Ambrose.
That's the end of the innings. Ezra Mosley, bowled by DeFreitas. The West Indies are all out for 446. And I think he's pretty pleased about it.
ALLAN made a sign for square leg to drop back. Maybe Mosley expected some sort of bouncer, but a straight ball might just have edged in a little bit. And I think Ezra will have to report to Boycott for those batting lessons after all. Well, the West Indies were in trouble only at the start when Haynes went for naught. Viv Richards set the faster tempo, and Carlisle Best played the key innings full of punishing strokes, strong on the leg side and leading the innings through to the second afternoon. 104 he put on with Dujon before the innings closed at 446 after 10 hours and 3 minutes. England bowling, excellent effort by Gladstone Small, 4 for 109 off 35 overs, well supported by DeFreitas, who was better disciplined in the matter of no balls today. Capel toiled hard for 3 wickets, but not as hard as Devon Malcolm, who toiled expensively for no reward at all. So, at 2:15, England batted. Let's join the second ball of the innings, 1 for no wicket, Bishop to Larkins.
Well taken. First ball. Richardson takes the catch. England have lost an early wicket. Larkins out, first ball.
It's the sort of shot you play if you've been in the field for a day and 3/4. But what a brilliant catch. I thought the ball was just dying in front of Richardson, and suddenly outshot the hand, and the fingers snatched the ball just before it touched the grass. It's 1 for 1. Well, this is an unthinkable shot. I can't imagine seeing anyone play like that to the first ball he receives of a new bowler. But Larkins plays a bit that way. He's been out there in the hot sun for more than a day and a half, but just to lob it to cover like that without getting the pace of the pitch or the bounce or anything really is a shocking shot.
Good shot. Cracked it away through the covers. Good confident shot. This is still an extremely good pitch here. And you can play through the line. So 4 runs to Alec Stewart.
And this is Ambrose now, bowling from the pavilion end. He's out. Oh, he's dropped. Straight to first trips, right hand. Viv Richards stuck his hand out there, and it hit his thumb and deflected down to the boundary for 4. A thick edge, that one went flying off almost the toe of the bat. Richards couldn't hang on to it.
Well, what worries me from an England point of view is the lack of quality in the shot. I mean, nearly made the catch, but goodness me, when you're chasing a total of 400 and some, you don't let fly with the bat in the first few overs. Oh dear, that really was catchable as well.
In the air, and that's it, he's gone. No ball called. You can nick into second slip, a no ball, Fiery.
No, you can't, because he played that shot before the umpire had time to call no ball. He's playing the shot on the length and line of the ball. He couldn't stop his shot there. That really was a moral victory for the bowler. And this is what worries me about his batting. He's not settled himself down. He's come out what we call shot playing. And he's lucky, really lucky, to be in there.
Well, that fielder there is Roland Holder, the Barbados player, and he's out there as the emergency fielder for Carlisle Best.
Oh, and that one's gone through him. An inside edge, down to the boundary for 4. And the wicketkeeper, Dujon, just not quite quick enough to get across.
Well, this has really cut Stewart in half. Just nipped back a bit, but inside edge, and it's really whistled past the stumps.
Just over the head of the second slip. It's eluded Greenwich. He went for that one. So things really are going for Alex Stewart. He's got a 4.
Well, it's a very wide ball. Look at it, he could hardly reach it. And he's thrown the bat at it. In a one-day cricket, you'd say, well, that's a good shot, he's got some wood on the ball. But in Test match cricket, I think when he looks at that later on, he'll be very, very upset and very lucky to get away with it.
What a magnificent delivery. The best one we've seen.
Oh, what a fine delivery was that, and the delight on Richards' face. It pitches, bounces, leaves in, makes the batsman grope in that corridor outside off stump. Richards really, with the right hand going round, he's thrilled to bits with the delivery. He's absolutely thrilled to bits at first. Look at him there. Oh, yes, he says, bowl some more like that. Yes, please.
Good shot, 4 runs. Hit that very well, Robert Bailey.
Well, this is the area you want. Straightish ball and just clip it away on that onside. Beautifully timed shot, that.
Bowled in. So Bailey drags it back into his stumps. Bishop gets his second wicket, and England are 46 for 2. So Bailey looking for the drive, inside edge. A gap between the bat and the pad, and out comes the stump. And Bishop has his second wicket. England lose their second for 46.
Well, full-blooded off drive here. No need for this at this stage of the innings. Really no need for that.
He's edged it just short of the slips. Well, Ezra Mosley must figure, I brought my luck from Trinidad here. He found the edges, he beat the bat in Trinidad. He only got 2 wickets there. And here he finds the edge again.
Well, he turned Lamb around, chest on when he played the ball, Allan Lamb. You'll see him turn around, the right shoulder come in. He's facing the bowler with his chest. Fine delivery by Mosley as it seemed away from the batsman.
Lovely shot. That's a cracking shot.
Well, Alex Stewart certainly isn't afraid to play shots. Ball short outside the off stump, cracked through the covers. He has been a bit fortunate so far in his innings, but when you play shots like that, you have to be a little bit fortunate. Edges flying over the slips, caught off a no ball, but they say fortune favors the brave, and he certainly is brave.
He's got him caught by Richards at first slip. Alex Stewart drives once too often. He goes to 45, and the score 75 for 3. Well, the shots were handsome while they were middled, but this is not the first edge, and Viv Richards back in action again, takes that one very comfortably with great delight. Well, it was a good effort by Alex Stewart. Pushed in to open the batting, but England are now 75 for 3.
Here in the Caribbean, they can't afford to go up too much. I've got to give the ball enough time to hit the seam and do something off the seam before it gets to the bat. And Vivian Richards is a happy man.
He looks pretty serious. Totally and utterly absorbed in the contest, and oh my goodness, he will not sleep very well tonight unless he sleeps on his tummy. nick there just short of Vivian Richards. Now, I don't think that that was Richards' catch. It certainly wasn't because it was short, but very often in situations like that, when the ball goes to the left of the slip fieldsman, the wicketkeeper is across to his right.
Well, Allan Lamb played a sort of deadish bat, softish hands. It never really carried to Viv Richards. The only person, as Tony Gregg says, could have made an attempt for that was Jeffrey Dujon. If it had gone quickly, right, he might well have caught that, Jeffrey Dujon. It went up, yes, look, he's there, he's saying to the keeper, why didn't you go for it? And I'll not repeat what he actually said to Jeffrey Dujon, because I don't think it was meant for our ears on television, that.
And Malcolm Marshall is getting very close. That one has gone down to the boundary for 4. And that, in fact, brings up the 100 for England. Umpire Archer having a little glance down at the crease there again. This is Malcolm Marshall following through here. He's quite close. Now watch his follow through. He comes through. That's one's all right. It's the next one that matters. That one right there. And that is right in the danger zone.
Well, we saw David Capel produce deliveries like that today. That's the first one we've seen in the West Indies innings, just kicking from that spot. Robin Smith is very lucky.
Absolutely unplayable. Just look at this hop up there. Oops. It could have gone anywhere. It could have hit anything. And of course we must expect over the passage of 5 days for this pitch to produce more and more of that sort of ball.
He's got that one away, and into the fence it goes. That's a lovely shot. Short ball outside off stump, and this shot is very well executed.
Yes, he gave Allan Lamb a little bit of width, a little bit more than he wanted to, a little bit of shortness of length, and he's cracked it away. Good batting here from Lamb and Smith, being much more selective in their shot making, steadying the ship for England.
That's a full toss. Outfield very quick, and Desmond Haynes has decided to give up the chase. And into the fence it goes. So Allan Lamb has made 50, and he's been stopped in the centre by his partner, who no doubt is saying to him, now come on, don't relax, because he's been known to relax, Allan Lamb, over the years. He's made plenty of hundreds and then just relaxed, and in fact has got out. He's got that one away magnificently, moved inside it, hooked it down towards the boundary at square leg. That really was a lovely shot.
Mosley just knocking one in short, not too much power in it, in that delivery, but Lamb's picked it up very cleanly and quickly, just helped it around. Nice shot there.
He's hit that one beautifully through extra cover. That may be a mistake. Into the fence it goes. Mind you, it is off the off-spinner.
And if you remember yesterday, Tony, we went off the field immediately after Carlisle Best played that crashing full shot behind square for 4. So I don't think that will matter too much.
But 2 balls later, they did come off. Really 1 for 1 by England. That was a bad start. A poor shot by Larkins. Brilliant catch by Richardson at cover. Retaliation by Alex Stewart. A fast-scoring partnership of 45 with Bailey, but both attacked once too often. The real work, in fact, was done by Allan Lamb and Robin Smith, their partnership of 80. As for the bowling, Bishop 2 wickets, but a slice of luck with both. Ambrose expensive. I thought Marshall and Mosley, the most threatening pair, both got the ball to run away from the right-handers. Situation is this then, England 291 behind, 92 to avoid the follow-on. The pitch out there is still good, plenty of runs, good shots to be played, but a lot of batting to be done. I think they rely almost entirely for a good start on Allan Lamb with Robin Smith. Play tomorrow, day 3, Join us then for the highlights from Bridgetown, Barbados. Good night.